All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are toward the end of the trading session with yours truly, the ALGO capitalist, aka Dex. Here with my main man Frank. And sorry I missed you guys this morning. I had a doctor's appointment. You know how that go. Let's take a look at these markets though, because a few things are happening that pretty much is what I anticipated. Now, the last several CPI readings that we got, the markets proceeded to rally with the strength. Today, we had a CPI miss. They were expecting that inflation would be below 3%, but instead the CPI number came out at 3.9%. And that kind of dashed the market's hopes that the Fed would lower rates in March. So instead, right now, we have the Dow futures down 633 points. It was down 700 points not long ago. And we have the NASDAQ 100 down 330 points, S&P down 82 points, and the Russell down 92 points. Not to be outdone, gold is getting hammered down $27 an ounce. Bitcoin futures down 850. Bitcoin futures were down 1,000 points lower than that not long ago. So the question is, we got 7 minutes until the New York Stock Exchange closing bell. How is the markets going to close? And where do you go from here? What has happened? Can we make sense of today's price action? I'm going to say, yes, you can. You see, when the markets are in very powerful, strong trends, prolonged trends, it's a healthy test of the trend to have pullbacks, and not just only pullbacks, but also corrections in the market. That proves the strength of the market. If it can survive, the trend can survive a substantial correction. We have not had a correction in the stock market. So today's move is a positive step in that direction. But I'm here to tell you, don't fall in love with the downside. I believe we may have one more day of follow through, and that should do it. By the close of Friday, the markets should have erased all of today's downside. Now, another reason you know that this is going to happen is because today's open marked a gap on today's equity charts. And you know how the markets like to fill gaps. So at least on the low end, the market's going to fill the gap. So we'll see how the markets close, and we'll see what kind of data we get. It may be that today's pullback or correction has done nothing, and that it's just a pullback. It's not a reason to get short. It's just a reason to be prepared to buy again when the next signal comes. So I think that's what we're going to have now. Probably a little bit of sideways action for a day or two, and then Take Back Friday, we'll see a rally commence. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing here. Also, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, today's pullback, even in Bitcoin's nothing. It's nothing. Even the pullback today in the stock indices, it's nothing. Now we'll know more after the close and after I do the update. When I update the pulse waves, they'll let me know if today's correction has some underlining secret things going on behind it, or if it's just a healthy pullback in the market. So we'll know more once we run the updates. Also, in tonight's show, it should be very interesting to see what the system has picked up or is picking up in these particular markets. I think it's going to be very telling or forthtelling. Not to be outdone, also, the US dollar index powered up. It's up over 70 pips right now. It's at 104.87. It came just within 4 pips of hitting 105 today. That's right. You hit 104.96, and we're now at 104.87. So this pullback in the equity market is causing an effect on the dollar to be strengthened. So there's a flight to safety, which is the US dollar, as the euro and the pound sterling and the Aussie all take it on the chin. They're down big. Euro's down 61 pips, pound sterling's down 36 pips, and the Aussie's down 76 pips. Now, that may not sound like a lot because it's not down over a full point, but it's enough to do something on the chart and to show something on the chart. So I think we're going to be, some of us will probably be surprised when we look at the charts. Another issue that is a little concerning is the crude oil futures. Now, the high today is $78.47 a barrel. The low is $76.87 a barrel. Nothing really to talk about or write home about. Current price up 87 cents a barrel. It's $77.79 a barrel. Yawn, right? The reason why this is interesting and a little bit concerning is because we had a crash alert coming into today for crude oil. Yeah, we did. There was also a crash alert for the Japanese yen coming into today. Yeah, the dollar yen had that crash alert, so did oil. So that makes you wonder, right? Now, gold, on the other hand, didn't have a crash alert per se, but we were looking at a follow through. However, the gold spot market had a crash alert. Again, very interesting set of circumstances and events. So I just wanted to, make this quick video just to point out a few of these things so that you can understand it. I'm thinking that today's correction will be bought right back up. And I think as of right now, depending on how the market closes today, I think there is a high risk that the Fed could do an emergency rate lower in order to stave off more selling in the stock market and to keep the bull market going, because they need the bull market to keep going. So Wall Street is kind of like bullying the Fed today, saying, okay, fine, you're not going to lower rates. Well, we're gonna bring the market down. And the Fed can't have that. The sitting president can't have that either. So just something to think about as we're moving forward. All right. Just want to put the bug in your ear, because I know that the talking heads tonight are going to be talking about the crash, the smash, the splash. This move today is Nathan. All right. The Dow has rallied like, 10,000 points since 2020. And a little 500 point pullback is Nathan. It's nothing. Not a thing. Okay. Now, I don't want to sound negative, so I'm just going to tell you what it is. Coming into today, we didn't have a quote unquote crash alert in gold, just looking for a continuation to the downside. But gold is still in a bull market, folks. Just because it's correcting and you can ride a little short sell wave right now, you shouldn't necessarily fall in love with the downside in that either, and be prepared to take profits tonight. And silver, I stepped aside the silver because, like I was explaining to you, gold is the leader right now. And silver is showing a bear market while gold is showing a bull market. So any uptick in the silver is going to be misleading because, you know, in a trend, the trend can reclaim the price action at any time. And right now, that's what's happening in your silver. You rallied up just the other day to $23.16 an ounce in silver. And right now, as I'm speaking to you, you're at $22.10. Bouncing off of the low of $22.02 today. So had you bought at 23.16, you're hating yourself and hating life right now. Okay. So just something to think about. All right, so let's see. We're going to get that UBI this summer in the form of a Fed crypto they have had in the New York Fed as of November the 23rd of 22. They're going to give us digital cash. They can force in the markets. Yep, yeah. The live chats is never wrong. You guys are right.
That's right. All right. Speaking of live chats, we're going to transition. By the way, hi everybody. I don't think I said hi this episode. But great update, Dex, as usual. Wanted to let people know this is a new format that we're working on right now. In fact, we really like it so far, and we want our members to know about it, especially. We're going to start the shows a little early, let the chats get in. For those who don't know, on our site, there's sort of a back-end version of this video that goes longer and has a private chat for our members to participate in. So if you're a Bullpen member, then you can check that out at pulsewavetrading.com. We just released our new memberships, and we're really excited about them. Dex and I are having a lot of fun. It was a longer, more laborious project than we thought, as usual, and we're just so pleased to have it out. And now we could really focus on our work, which is Dex's work of delivering these reports. So you see this attack watch list. Those are the new, the attack reports are the new price trigger reports, and you can learn all about them on our site. More than just a facelift to the logos, some really powerful new things in them. So, Dex, we're going to go private, and it's a great report. If you guys are ALGO Capital's Bullpen members, you can continue in the chat. We'll continue the video for another few minutes to wait for you. And that's going to be our practice. We're going to be in there early taking questions and staying late for all of these bullpen sessions. So whenever you catch us live, they're there. And Dex, this is something you're aware of, and I hope people are catching on who are members on our website, pulsewavetrading.com. And that is that we now have instant replay of all of our bullpen sessions. So they're all there immediately. So if you show up a half hour late, you missed the beginning, the full session is there, including the private part. Including the private parts, which we're going to the private parts now. So we won't sign them all off, but goodbye Facebook, YouTube, X, and even Rumble. We're going private with our members now. So keep your questions coming in. We'll answer as many as we can before your public channels get removed. So thanks for watching, everybody. Okay, Dex, anything you want to leave us with as we go to the private session?
Be sure to catch tonight's live session because you need to get yourself together and get ready to trade and put these tickets in because it's going to be on and popping.